Well, stocks continue to charge higher despite that battle inside the Beltway over President Trump's budget. It's kicking into overdrive. Joining me now is Scott Martin of Kingsview Asset Management and a Fox News contributor, and Jason Rotman of Lido Isle Advisors. Scott, first to you. It kills me, all this talk from inside the Beltway about cuts, how drastically the president is going to be cutting programs like Medicaid, for example, and children are going to die as a result. In fact, we looked at Medicaid spending. For this year, it's $368 billion. In 2026, 10 years from now, $518 billion. That looks like an increase to me. What do you say?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a cut, does it, David? You know, that's a tomato, right, left thing that's going on here, because what they're trying to do is cut off the crazy increase that we've seen in that Medicaid spending over the years. And that's really the issue here. You know, a lot of these tax cuts you let in with there, David, have always talked about they have to be revenue neutral. They have to be paid for. Well, then that lends itself to the debate of, okay, well, what if these tax cuts, oh, my goodness, actually work and create the great economic growth that this country deserves at 4 or 5% GDP, and corporations reinvest in their employees and in R&D? That kind of generation of revenue, which the Treasury Department, by the way, had record amounts of last year, is the kind of stuff that is going to work out in this economy.
But we're not getting stuff in return. Jason, the point is that they keep getting these increases, huge increases from anybody's perspective, and yet the median income in the United States has actually gone down. During the Obama administration, from January 2009 until December 2016, we saw an inflation-adjusted decrease in the median income at home. So the individual folks are losing money while the government keeps getting our money.
You know what? I think the numbers could be a little bit skewed. Honestly, that's my first gut reaction. I mean, our economy has transformed from manufacturing into services. Obviously, Trump wants to kind of swing that pendulum back more towards a balanced equilibrium of manufacturing. You know, people that are doing more service-oriented jobs, it's just, you know, they're renting more. There's just a different distribution, but the wealth effect is real.
Why should government be getting all this more money when individuals are getting less?
But who says they're getting less? I mean, if you've been invested in one share in the stock market since the crash, you've done extraordinarily well. I do not buy the idea that, in general, on aggregate, people are poorer than they were 10 years ago.
They are. Median income is down.
Household wealth numbers
we just saw
fell
the numbers
during the Obama administration as well, guys.
Yeah. Okay. The new CBO analysis of the Republican health care bill means fresh outrage from Democrats. But Paul Ryan is reminding Americans about the current state of Obamacare.
First of all, if you look at the calculation that they made, it's a very bizarre calculation. It isn't fact. And as I've said to the Republicans and to the president over and over, if we're going to find solutions and get results, we have to stipulate to facts.
A new shoe drops every week on Obamacare, it seems. This is exactly why we are on a rescue mission. Between premiums surging up and choices going away, Obamacare is on an unsustainable path.
Scott, she says a bizarre calculation. She never clarified what she meant, what she was looking at, that she had done any math herself. I mean, I have my doubts about her ability to do math, I have to say, to be quite honest. But, I mean, the back and forth on this, and still there's a lot of things that the CBO score doesn't capture, like, for instance, you know, the state risk pools and how that would lower people's premiums. So I don't know what to think of it. What do you?
I think a lot of things these days, Melissa, look bizarre to Nancy Pelosi. Let's just leave that there. But you're right. I mean, there's certain things in the bill that, if they work out, you know, you think about the states and these risk pools, and it worries me a little bit, to be honest. I mean, I live in Illinois, which the state itself is in a litany of problems, let alone not health care related. So, yes, there are things in the bill that if they work out, they will work out well. One other thing that was in the report, too, that talks about all the uninsured we're going to have some years down the road. Well, that's because we're going to drop the individual mandate, which most people didn't want to get anyway if they were forced to. So there's a lot of things that still need to work out here. But the idea that we're going to provide more care, more choice to more people, and give everybody lower premiums still doesn't exactly resonate very well with me. I don't see how that's possible.
No, Jason, I mean, the math doesn't work on that. But what we are seeing is that there are a lot of people who won't be forced to buy insurance, so they won't have insurance. They don't have it now because even with the mandate, they're not buying it.
Well, the idea, I think, is that Trump's initial plan of liberating the healthcare system in the sense of increasing the the offers, increasing the supply, really making it a true free market system. The ideal should work. I think what it's running into now is that there's still red tape. You know, the states still have to apply for waivers, which really, at the end of the day, doesn't fit Trump's vision that he promised everyone. So that needs to be worked out.
Interesting. All right, thanks, guys. Yep, go ahead.